Good evening and welcome to the session. Good evening, Jai Hind. So I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening. So I think good evening, Disha. Good evening, everyone. So I hope you have started the preparation for prelims. Like it is 17th now. Sorry, 16th. 16th of January. So I hope your prelims preparation is going on. Okay, see, there is one more thing. Like there is one of this question which I am getting, that up to what time you should be reading the current affairs or the newspapers. Okay, this is also one of the question, that till which month we should be continuing with the newspapers, because newspapers of course take some time. So just to give you that idea, if you want to continue with the newspaper, it can go up to March 25. Okay. After March 25, you can save that time of current affairs. You can just go through the sessions, you can just go through the magazines, that will be sufficient. Okay, I'm not audible. Please just confirm me once if I'm properly audible or not. Good evening, everyone. Just confirm me once if I'm properly audible and visible. Okay, audible, fine. So this what I was saying at, for the newspapers. Okay, for the newspapers you can continue up to this month of March 2025. Okay, after this you can even leave the newspapers. Again, one more thing, like see, this is one information which I want to share. There will be times when you are not getting the relevant news articles in the newspaper. So what to do at that time? It's not that every day you will find good articles or editorials. Like if we look at today's newspaper, there is nothing such very much prominent topic. There is nothing more prominent topic. There is one explanation about blood money, not that much relevant. We will talk about the topic, but it is not relevant. Even the editorials which are there, most of the things are not that much relevant from our examination perspective. So you do have to understand one part, that when editorials or other news articles are coming, and if it is not relevant to you, then you can also like that time you can give for any other preparation also. Okay. So this is the time when you can go for wise use of time. Wise use of time, that is also required in the present times. Okay. Especially for those who are going for prelims. Clear? Hindi medium classes are there at 6 p.m. on different channel, KGS IAS Hindi. Okay. If there are 6 full-length tests in crash course, will it be sufficient? 6 full-length tests are there, plus in the crash course you will be getting multiple questions to practice. So with the classes itself, there will be discussion of multiple previous year questions plus the probable questions on the basis of topics. So if you see combined together, it will be many questions. Like in the current affair itself, you will be getting around 400-500 questions. In science and tech, which I will be taking, again there I will give you around 200 plus questions. I have already given you 100 questions with respect to current affairs. Many more I will add there. So that is like cumulatively you will get many more questions to practice. Please tell me, English class kab hoti hai? English classes are at 5 p.m. Hindi classes at 6 p.m. Okay. Okay, so this is one part, like this is one part about the crash course and the use of time. Now in today's class, what topic we are going to discuss? One is the blood money. One topic which we are going to discuss in today's class is blood money. Harshita, the cost is not very high compared with the subjects which you are getting and the efforts, the timing which is there. I think it is 2999. So if you see comparatively, it is not very much high. Now, the second part is, the second topic which we are going to discuss is Nagarahole National Park. We will see about this INS Surat, Nilgiri and Vagsheer, and then we will have the practice questions related to science and tech. Okay. So this is one thing which we are going to discuss in today's class. Let's discuss the topics now. Okay. Now at 6 p.m. the classes in Hindi medium will be taken by Jeet sir. Okay. At 5 p.m. we will have the English classes. So first let us see some of the questions on the basis of previous topics which we have studied in our classes. Okay. So this is one of the thing, which of the following statements are correct about H1B visa? Any Indian graduate person can apply for H1B visa. It is mandatory to obtain green card after getting H1B visa. Which of the statements are correct? That is the question. Yes, see, the thing is, the price is not very much high. In most of the courses, you will find that at KGS platform, you are getting the like very affordable prices. When we talk about current affairs also, or crash course also, even in other things, there is very affordable prices. But you know that right now, like if we talk about even online classes, you know that various platforms and everything has to be engaged. So that also enhances the cost. Okay. Now, which of the following statements are correct? First is saying any Indian graduate person can apply for H1B visa. Second is saying it is mandatory to obtain green card after getting H1B visa. So there are answers A option also, C option also, and D option also. Okay. Just see here now. If we look at this, it is mandatory to obtain green card after getting H1 visa. It is not mandatory. After 6 years, people have the option either wait for 1 year or you can get a green card. So it is not mandatory in the beginning itself that if you have got a H1B visa, you have to get the green card. So it is not mandatory. Second thing is, any Indian graduate can apply for H1B visa. That is also wrong. First thing is, technical degrees is required. Technical education or technical degree. Technical here means or specialized degree, specialty degree. Specialty degree. Like in the field of health, in the field of medicine, in the field of science or technology, if there is anyone, or computers, if there is anyone having degree in that field, then they can get H1B visa. Plus one more thing is a offer letter, plus offer letter by a US based company, by a US based company. So on having these two things, people can get H1B visa. So two things are required. One is offer letter, means first company should say that yes, I am giving this person this option to come to US and join there. Then only they can get this H1B visa option. And technical education or any specialty degree is required. So they will be eligible for getting this H1B visa. Okay. So answer here will be first is also wrong, second is also wrong, neither one nor two. Consider the following statements with respect to global warming. The increase in temperature in higher latitudes is higher than the lower latitudes. The increase in temperature in oceans is higher than terrestrial area. Which of the statements, sorry, here it will be which of the statements given above are correct? So this is question number 2. Okay, answers is 1 A. I think maximum people are going for option A. One answer is option D. See, the increase in temperature in higher latitudes, like if we talk about temperate areas or if we are talking about the polar areas, we have seen that there we have seen higher increase in the temperature as compared to tropics. Why? This atmospheric belt which is carrying the heat towards the polar region. Okay. So carrying of heat by the atmospheric pressure belts towards the polar region, that is one of the factor. And that's why this first one is statement is correct. The increase in temperature in ocean is higher. No, we have seen in oceans it is 0.88 degrees Celsius. And in the case of terrestrial area, it has been 1.59 degrees Celsius. Okay. So from here you can see that oceans are getting less warmer as compared to the terrestrial areas. Okay. So this is our second question. The third one, Mediterranean Sea. So how many of the countries given above share border with Mediterranean Sea? Algeria, Monaco, Iran and Libya. This is comparatively easy question, but then give me the answer. Question number 3. Third question, option number C. I think everyone is going for option C. Algeria, Monaco, Iran and Libya. So how many of the countries are sharing border? I think most of the people are going for option C. Okay, one answer is option A also. See, if we look at this, we have seen there are 5 countries in African region metal. Here we have Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya and Egypt. So Algeria here and Libya here are coming from this region. So Algeria and Libya is correct. Okay. Then in the case of Asia, there were 4 countries. There is Syria, Israel, Lebanon and Cyprus. Syria, Israel, Lebanon and Cyprus. So here also these countries are not there. Then we have seen about the European countries. For European countries, what was the trick? Yes, Iran is not there. Iran is not there. Then you know that Monaco is one of the countries out of the momos which we have seen. In the momos there was Montenegro and there was this Monaco. Okay. So there if we look at this Monaco option was there. Iran is the only country which is not there. So answer here will be option C. That is only 3. So we have seen that one trick. I think you didn't remember that. Okay. It may be not that much good, but then yes, it is your duty to revise it. Okay. Boss went to eat slow cooked turkey. Croatia is also there. Boss went to eat slow cooked turkey and fried momos in Greece and Italy. Okay. So that was the trick. Went to eat slow cooked turkey and fried momos in Greece and Italy. So that was the trick. Boss here is Bosnia, Spain. Then we have Slovenia. Then we have Croatia, Turkey, Albania, France, Monaco, Montenegro, Greece and Italy. So these were the countries. Okay. These were the countries. Boss went to eat slow cooked turkey and fried momos in Greece and Italy. Yes. So that was the trick. Boss here is for Bosnia, Spain. Then we have Slovenia, Croatia, Turkey, Albania, France, Monaco, Montenegro, Greece and Italy. If you see it for 5 to 6 days, you will be able to recall it. Yes, if you see it for 5 to 6 days, then you will be able to recall this. Okay, and then you can recall this part of Mediterranean. Okay, so here the answer is option number C, only 3. Now, coming to today's topic, blood money. This is one concept. This is one concept which is going on for some time. Like it has been in news for some time. There is a concept of blood money, especially in Sharia, especially in those countries where Sharia law is there, or in Gulf countries and in other West Asian countries. We see that there is prevalence of a concept called as blood money. So let us try to understand what is this blood money, how and when it is used. Is there any similar provision like this in India or not? Okay. So we will try to understand this. Now, what is blood money? Blood money is also known as diyas. Okay. So it is a concept under which it is said that, like suppose there has been an unintentional crime which has led to like a death of a person or any such harm to a person, then that person must be compensated for this. Suppose that if there was an accident, suppose there is an accident, there are two persons, A, he is driving the car, and there is another person, B, who has been hit by car. Okay. So now suppose that due to any situation, if this person B is hit by car and he has lost his life, So in that case, there is a provision that this person A will be compensating with the help of money. He will be compensating with the help of money. And this concept is what we know as blood money. So if there is an unintentional crime, remember here, this is an unintentional crime. It is for unintentional crime. In that situation, there is a provision that this person will be providing the compensation. Okay. But this compensation doesn't mean that the person will not be given any punishment. It doesn't mean that he will be relieved of any such punishment. There is a provision that he may be given less severe punishment. If he is giving the compensation, if he is giving the blood money, then he may be provided a less severe punishment. After compensation, there can be a less severe punishment. There can be a less severe punishment. Like suppose if someone was getting hanged, so maybe his death sentence may be commuted to a sentence of, let us say, life imprisonment. Or if someone was given life imprisonment, his death sentence might be commuted to a sentence of 10 years, 14 years, 7 years, etc. Okay. So this is one thing which happens in the case of blood money. Okay. Now, there is not a universal law with respect to this. There is no such universal law with respect to this. It varies according to country, it varies according to the culture and tradition. Like for example, in Iran, if we talk about Iran, let us say that there are two victims, B and let us say B and K. So if there are two persons, B and K, there are two persons, one is a woman. Let us say that one is a woman and other person is woman and another person is a man. Now, if we look at them, if both have been victim of the same crime, an accident was there which killed both K and B. Now, in this case, in Iran, what is the provision? Suppose if the money is fixed at 10 lakh, Suppose that they have to be provided with 10 lakh rupees. The man has to be provided with 10 lakh rupees. So women will be provided 5 lakh only. 5 lakh only. So that was a provision which was existing in Iran. Now, Iran's Supreme Court has said that this is not in line of equality. So there must be a equal part of this. There must be equality here. So in 2019 itself, they gave a judgment that in blood money there should be equality. But even after that, it has not been properly ensured in Iran. Okay. Remember one thing, first part is it is for unintentional crime. This one is going to be for unintentional crime. Unintentional crime. And there will be or there may be additional punishment. There may be additional punishment. Okay. So that is also one thing, that if a person has given the blood money, so it's not that that person will be given freedom. It depends on case to case. If he has done some crime which needs punishment, so he will be given punishment and he will also be paying the blood money. So this is a concept which is also known as diyas, and it is prevalent in Sharia. There is another part, there is another type of term which is called as Kisas. Okay. There is another thing which is called as Kisas. Okay. Now, what is this? What is this Kisas? It is, in simple words, you can understand this, it is an eye for eye. There is another punishment thing which is simply Kisas. You can understand it in simple manner, an eye for eye. That if a person has killed one person in a particular manner, then he has to be killed in the same manner for providing the justice. Okay. So there is also this provision. There is also this provision in some of the Gulf countries that they can have this option of Kisas. That if someone has killed someone by just killing them with a knife, that person will also be given the punishment with the knife only. Okay. Or if someone has fired someone, so that person will be fired only. So this second provision is called as Kisas. Okay. So there are two provisions. One is diyas. Diyas is for blood money. It is with respect to blood money, and this was an eye for eye. So punishment in the same manner as of crime. Punishment in same manner as the crime. Okay. So this is one part which is prevalent. Now, if we talk about India, in India, is there any such concept of diyas or kisas? In India, what provision we have? If we talk about India, what is the provision in India? Do we have any such option? Do we have any such option in India? Blood money concept or anything? If we talk about India, then of course you know that we are not going by in case of criminal laws, we are not going by any such religious law. We are not going by any such religious law. So in India, there is no such option like diyas or kishas or any other thing. Okay. So we are not getting the religious law in case of India. We are having, earlier we were having this CRPC, we are having IPC, which is now Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. Okay. So in India, there is an option which is called as plea bargaining. Plea bargaining. There is an option which is called as plea bargaining. Okay. Now, this plea bargaining is not for all laws, it is for those laws, only for those laws where punishment is of less than 7 years. Less than 7 years. Okay. So it is valid. In India, there is a legal concept of plea bargaining. In India, there is a legal concept of plea bargaining, where there is simple thing that a person, okay, a person can plead guilty. He can say that, okay, I am guilty, I am accepting my crime, and in that situation, they can go for out of court settlement where they might be awarded some lesser punishment. It doesn't mean that they will not be given any punishment. They can plead guilty, and in that case, if the other party also agrees, then they might be given some like lesser punishment. Okay. The person can plead guilty. The person can plead guilty, and if other party agrees, then a lesser statement, a lesser sentence may be given. So in India, we do have a concept, but here it is not about blood money or anything. We do have a concept of plea bargaining, but only if the other parties agree, and if the person pleads guilty, then this provision can be invoked. Okay. Now there is one more thing here, that if the person not applicable, it is not applicable if accused has committed same crime or same offense in past. Means if he is a repeat offender, then he will not be given this option. If that person is a repeat offender, he is not given this option. Okay. At the same time, if he has done any crime against women or children, then it is not applicable. Crime against women or children. Crime against women and children. So in this case also, it is not going to be applicable. Okay. Then you know that of course in case of murder or any such heinous crime, it will not be applicable. Okay. So this is one part, that there is an option of plea bargaining in India. It is not the exact thing, but it has somewhat like similarity with the system of blood money. Although there is no such involvement of money directly in here, but there is similarity. Now this blood money is very broad. It can be for different offenses. It has in some of the countries it is mandatory also, but in India it is not mandatory. It is voluntarily. It is done voluntarily. In other like Gulf countries, in some of the Gulf countries it is mandatory. Like in Saudi Arabia, it is mandatory. Okay. So that is the provision of blood money. You might have seen that in certain cases there have been like collection of the fund, several crore rupees have been collected to provide the blood money, so that a lesser sentence can be awarded to some of the Indian people who have been accused of crime or convicted of crime in Gulf countries. Okay. So that is one of the concept of blood money. I hope it's clear. Okay, it's 1 year, so there must be some cake cutting ceremony. We will we have started from July, so it's still time. Like we have started this current affairs from I think 8th or 9th July. So I think there is still some time before we celebrate 1 year, okay, of the current affair classes. But yes, of course, last year, I think for many of you, I have met in the current affair classes from 10th or 11th itself. Okay. Now, coming to the next part, next topic. The next topic is Nagarahole National Park. Nagarahole National Park or Tiger Reserve. So, in which state we have this national park? Where do we have this Nagarahole National Park? In which state? In which state we are having this Nagarahole National Park? Where do we have this Nagarahole National Park? Which state? Which is the state where do we have this Nagarahole National Park? Hello. Blessing is always there with all of you. My blessing is always there for all of you. MP, Madhya Pradesh. How come it shifted from Karnataka to Madhya Pradesh? How come Nagarahole National Park shifted from Karnataka to Madhya Pradesh? Nagarahole National Park is there in Karnataka, not in Madhya Pradesh. It is one of the very prominent national park in Karnataka. It is at the border. Rather than that, you can say that it is at the border of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Nearby. It is nearby the border of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So this is one area. First, let me show you the map of this area. See, this is the part of Karnataka. This is the part of Karnataka. And just below here, you have Kerala. And here at this part, you have Tamil Nadu. So there is Nagarahole National Park. Then you have Vandipur Tiger Reserve. Then you have Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. You have Mudumalai National Park. Downside, you have Periyar National Park and many other things. So this entire area is basically part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. This is part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. This is part of this Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. So this area is located in Karnataka. If we talk about this, it is located in Kolugu and Mysore district. It is located in this Kolugu and Mysore district of Karnataka. Kolugu and Mysore district of Karnataka. That is the location of this area. If we talk about this, it is adjacent to this Bandipur, Wayanad, Mudumalai. It is part of Nilgiri. It is part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. You will find that there is a river. Just here, you will find that there is a river passing through this area. This river is basically Kabini River. Okay. You will find that this is a Kabini River. There is a river here called as Kabini River. Okay. So Kabini River is forming the boundary between this Nagarahole and Bandipur. On this side you are having this Bandipur Tiger Reserve, and on this side you are having Nagarahole. So there is a river which is passing through this. This river is basically your Kabini River. This river here is Kabini River. Okay. Another river is there. there is one more river here which is called as Nagarahole river. Nagarahole river is also there. And Kabani river, which is forming the boundary. Forming the boundary. It is forming the boundary between Bandipur Tiger Reserve and Nagarahole National Park or Nagarahole Tiger Reserve. So Kabani river is there which is passing through this area. Just tell me one part. What will be the vegetation here? What will be the vegetation in this area? Last time I have given you this idea that when we see about the vegetation of different locations, we can see it as part of Indian map. So this is the part of Nagarahole Tiger Reserve and National Park. What will be the vegetation in this area? What will be the vegetation in this area? What type of vegetation will be found in this area of Nagarahole National Park? Evergreen. Okay. One answer is evergreen. Other people, what will be the vegetation type here? Tropical evergreen. See, if we look at this area, just see it. From this portion onward, from Bandipur and Wayanad and other areas, you will find evergreen. But this is the one area which will still have moist deciduous. Moist deciduous. See, why this is moist deciduous? You will find that this portion somewhat will have evergreen. This one will have evergreen. But the other areas which are here, it will mostly have the moist deciduous type of vegetation. So moist deciduous is prominent here in Nagarhole. But as we go further down, further in the south part, from Bandipur and Wayanad and this Madhumalai National Park, there you will get the evergreen type of vegetation. But this is still somewhat north. So here you are going to get this moist deciduous type of vegetation. Moist deciduous vegetation will be there, somewhat presence of evergreen. Okay, so that's why here we are having this moist deciduous. Okay, then, so why this is there in the news? There is one thing called as spotted deer. Okay, there is one thing which is a spotted deer, or it is also called as chittal. So spotted deer or chittal is found in this area of Nagarhole. That's why it has been there in the news. Their population is not very much high in the Nagarhole National Park. In other places it is high, but in Nagarhole it is not very much high. So that's why this is due to spotted deer, it was there in the news. Apart from this, it has got elephant also, it has got tiger also. Will it consist of lions? If I give you the fauna list, leopard, tiger, then elephants, lion. So which one will be present here and which one will not be present here? This Nagarhole National Park, what it will contain? Elephants will be there. See, remember one thing, tiger is of course there, leopard is of course there. If we talk about elephant, yes, somewhat to some extent you will find now the movement of elephants also here. Tiger is there, leopard is there in each and every forest of India. You will find that leopard is one thing which is most abundant. Leopard is something which is most abundant. Out of the big cats, it is the most abundant. So of course, and this is a tiger reserve, so of course tiger is already there. Now if we talk about the lion, is the lion present here? All. Hardik is saying all. Do we have lions here? Do we have the presence of lions in this area? Remember one thing, lion is only and only and only in Gujarat. Okay. This is only in Gir National Park. Gir National Park, Gujarat. Okay. So lions are not there. Lions are not there. Lions are something which you find like in the areas which are mostly grassland type. Here we are talking about moist deciduous. So it will be a dense area. So lion is a king of jungle, but king never resides in the jungle. King resides outside the jungle. Okay. So the king of the jungle is residing always outside the jungle. It doesn't remains in the jungle. Okay. So here lion is also not going in the jungle. Okay. So remember this one part. There was one of the mention that Nilgiri tar. See, Nilgiri tar may not be present here in that much high quantity. A few may be seen, but Nilgiri tar, as you go further south, then you will find this Nilgiri tar. Okay. Nilgiri tar is not very prominent in this area, but in other areas, of course, you will find this. Okay. So that is our Nagarahole National Park. The next thing which we have to see here is, there is INS Surat, INS Nilgiri and INS Vagsheer. So tell me one thing, here we have three options. Here we have three options. A, option B and option C. Can you tell me one thing, but just by seeing this option, which one is INS Vagsheer? Which one is INS Vagsheer? Out of these three options, A, B and C, which one is INS Vagsheer? C option? Yes. So this one is a submarine. This is a Scorpion class submarine. Okay. This is a Scorpion class submarine. This is INS Vagsheer. If you remember last week, we have discussed about this option of Scorpion class submarine. We have got 6 different Scorpion class submarine in India. Kalvari, Khandari, Karanj. Then we have this Vagsheer also, and 2 more were there. Okay. So we have got 6 Scorpion class submarine. One of them is Vagsheer, which has been launched. Okay. It has been finally deployed. So that is INS Vagsheer. Then we have this INS Surat also. Okay. This INS Surat is also there, and Nilgiri is also there. INS Surat and Nilgiri. So these have been launched in India. Last day, all these 3 were launched in India. Okay. So they were all inducted. They were all finally deployed. Okay. So that's why these like Trinity, INS Surat, INS Nilgiri and Vagsheer, at one time these 3 were deployed. Okay. So we will see a little bit about them. First thing is this Vagsheer, INS Vagsheer. It is a submarine. If we look at this, 6th and final submarine under Kalvari class Project 75. Last week also we have seen Project 75, India and France. So India and France has done this joint project under which we have development of 6 Scorpion class submarines. 3 more are going to be inducted in, or maybe 3 more we will see the deal with France in future. Okay. If we look at this, it is one of the most silent and versatile diesel electric submarine. Most silent and versatile diesel electric submarine in the world. Okay. It can launch 18 torpedoes and tube launched anti-ship missiles at the same time. So this is a submarine which can launch 18 torpedoes at the same time. Torpedoes are like the torpedoes are similar to like missiles, but they are going underwater. Okay, so they are going to attack some ships or other things to destroy it. So torpedoes can be launched. Maximum diving depth of 350 meters. Okay, so maximum diving depth is of 350 meters and can stay at sea for 50 days. Okay, so it has an endurance of up to 50 days, and this can go at a maximum depth of 350 meters. So that is our INS Vagsheer. Okay. Then there is INS Nilgiri. This is a frigate. This is a frigate. See, there is one thing called as frigate. There is another thing called as destroyer. There is one thing called as frigate and another thing is destroyer. So what is the difference between them? Frigate is also a type of destroyer, but it is a narrow one. It has like what you can say, a little bit lesser capacity. Okay. If you look at the second one, the destroyer, it is much more wider. It is loaded with too many weapons. Okay. So we will come to that. But let us see the frigate. This INS Nilgiri. This is INS Nilgiri. Okay. It is a frigate. This is a frigate. Okay. And if you look at this, it will be patrolling and protecting the larger vessels. Okay. So this one, if we look at this, it is used for defensive plus offensive work. Okay. It is for both defensive plus offensive work. Defensive plus offensive. Means it can be used to attack also. It can be used to defend large vessels also. It can be like used to defend large vessels also, and at the same time it can be used for strategic attacks also. Not strategic, sorry, tactical attacks also. So that is the work of frigates. They are comparatively much more faster as compared to the destroyers. Okay. So if you look at this, advanced stealth technology and reduced radar signature, that is the capacity of INS Nilgiri. Okay. Equipped with modern aviation facilities and can operate multiple helicopter types, including the newly inducted MH-60. Okay. So this can have helicopters. This can have helicopters. That is its capacity. You can see on this part it can have helicopters here. Okay. So it can have the helicopters on this vessel. That is the capacity of this frigate. It is naturally much more faster as compared to the destroyer. Okay. Then if we look at the second part, this is INS Surat. So it is a destroyer class. It is a destroyer. Okay. So what we see that it is fastest ever indigenously built destroyer in India. So like in just 31 months, after this finalization, it was developed and even inducted in our military. Okay. So what we inducted in our navy. So this INS Surat is a destroyer which has been indigenously developed. Okay. Means by India itself. Okay. Then what we see that it is armed with advanced surface to surface BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. So I think from here you can understand that what is the difference between frigates and destroyer. Frigates are mainly having smaller weapons like torpedoes and other things, or smaller weapons, artillery guns, which are generally there on frigates. But destroyers have missiles with them. So this one is having BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles with it. Okay. And many other weapons are also there. BrahMos is the main attraction, but many other weapons are also there. So that is the difference between a destroyer and a frigate. So you can understand from here, it will be used for offensive missions. It will be used for offensive missions. and frigate can work as both offensive as well as defensive class. Okay. So that is the difference between INS Surat, INS Nilgiri and INS Vagsheer. All of them has been developed by Magazon Dock Limited. Okay. So that is the three part of INS Surat, Nilgiri and Vagsheer. Okay. I hope it's clear. Yes, this class is only in English medium. That is three different things which has been inducted in India in the recent, like last day it was inducted in India. Now, coming to the questions. Now we are seeing the questions from December. Sorry, it's November here, but it is from December. December 2024. Science and Tech. So, look at this question. Which of the following statements about the occurrence of extra chromosomal DNA is correct? ecDNA is found only in stem cell. ecDNA is found commonly in cancer cell. ecDNA is only found in prokaryotic cells like bacteria. ecDNA can stop the spread of cancer cells. So see this question, extra chromosomal DNA. This is about extra chromosomal DNA. Which of the following statement about the occurrence of extra chromosomal DNA is correct? ecDNA is found only in stem cell. It is found commonly in cancer cell. It is found in prokaryotic cells like bacteria. Can stop the spread of cancer cells. Which one will be correct? Avnish is saying option A. Avnish, Anjali, Shiv Shankar, Prachi, everyone is saying option A. One answer from Pragya is option B, option C also. See, if we look at this, first thing is ecDNA is found only in prokaryotic cell. It is incorrect. ecDNA can stop the spread of cancer cell. It is also incorrect. So C option and D option are incorrect. Now, if we look at the remaining option, ecDNA is found only in stem cell. That is incorrect. Extra chromosomal DNA are those genetic materials which are linked with the cancer cell. They are the one believed to be the regions behind the cancer cells, or they are the ones which are commonly found in most of the tumor cells. Okay. So it is found commonly in the cancer cells or the tumor cells. Okay. So this B option here is correct. So extra chromosomal DNA is about this cancer cell. Nowadays we are having more and more studies about this for the purpose that we can understand the development of cancer with these extra chromosomal DNA. Okay. Now, second question. Which of the following features are associated with disease X? Which of them are related with disease X? First is, disease X could arise from genetic sources. Disease X is predictable and can be easily contained. It is anticipated to have a high mortality rate and a strained healthcare system. It may be a result of bioterrorism. So, four statements are here with respect to disease X. First is saying it could arise from genetic sources. It is predictable and can be easily contained. Third is saying it is anticipated to have a high mortality rate and strained healthcare system. Fourth is saying it may be a result of bioterrorism. What will be correct here? Disease X, we have read about this. we have read about this topic of disease X. See, disease X is like a hypothetical disease. A hypothetical disease. It is believed that it may rise in future. May rise in future. Can create situation like pandemic. Can create situation like pandemic. So it may be a result of bioterrorism, that is correct. It can have high mortality rate and strain healthcare system, that is also correct. Disease X is predictable? No, it is not predictable, it is hypothetical. So this is wrong. Disease X could arise from genetic sources, that we have seen easily in case of COVID. Okay. So 1, 3 and 4 both are correct. The answer will be option B. Option B will be the correct answer. Now, third one. I think this is very common. We all have seen this. The significance of the SpaDeX mission includes positioning India as the 4th country to develop space docking technology. You know that now it has been completed also. Okay. Second is developing global communication standard for satellite docking. So question number 3. Question number 3, what will be the answer? This is very simple question. See, this is relatively very common part. I think first one is little bit factual. Second is a very generalistic statement. Second says that developing global communication standard for satellite docking. So that is of course a part and parcel of this. So this is the basic part which will be correct. It is the basic thing. We are developing a standard for satellite docking. So this second part is like the aim of this SpaDeX mission. Okay. Second part is, first is saying positioning India as the 4th country to develop a space docking technology. So that is also correct. The 3 countries in the past which have done space docking, can you tell me who are they? The 3 other countries which have done this space docking, can you tell me which countries are those? Answer here will be option C, not option A, not option B. Answer here will be option C only. Both 1 and 2. US, Russia and China. US, Russia and China are the 2 countries which have done this in past. US is there, Russia is there and China is there. So they have done this space docking in the past. Now India has become the 4th country in the world. India has become the 4th country in the world to complete this space docking experiment. Okay. So first and second statement both are correct here. Answer will be option C, both 1 and 2. Okay. Both 1 and 2 will be the correct answer. Okay. So this is part of your December related question. Tomorrow also we will see some questions from December, and Saturday we will have the marathon session. Okay. You all know that the crash course is going to start from 20th. Okay. So crash course is going to start from 20th of January. Okay. For 100 days. Okay. 100 days plan will be there. So in that, like many of you were asking about this, that what will be there in this crash course. So simply see there how it is going to help you. This is going to help you in the revision in timely manner. This is going to help you in revision in timely manner. Okay. There will be practice question practice question plus PYQ. That also be there. Like suppose that if I am taking a lecture from biotechnology, let us say about a stem cell therapy. So we will see all the questions which have been there in the past with respect to a stem cell. So that is one thing which we are going to do in these classes. Okay. So even the practice question plus PYQ, that we are going to cover. Plus you are also getting the test series. Okay. So this is one part, like which is going to start from 20th Jan. Registration is already going on. Okay. And it will be like a 3-hour session. Okay. So that is one part about the crash course. This is one question for you for today's class. What is the difference between cruise and ballistic missile? Also give some examples. Okay. Give some examples also. Give some examples also of cruise missiles and ballistic missile. So this is one question for you. 16th of January. What is difference between cruise missile and ballistic missile? Okay. So thank you everyone. Any question? Marathon sessions will be there from Saturday. The timing may be around 6 or 6:30. Okay. Timing of sessions. Timing of marathon sessions will be on Saturday 6 or 7 or 6:30. Okay. About that session on crash course, just go through the website once, through the through that website you will, or app, you will find the details of the class timing also there. Okay. Classes will be of 3 hours per day. Okay. So that will be all from my side. Ballistics, Agni and Prahar. Okay. Okay. So write about them. Like what is the main difference between cruise and ballistic missile? Test series will be different. Yes. Yes, Pragya, there will be different test papers. There will be different test papers in this crash course. Okay. So that will be all. Thank you everyone. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time, 5 p.m. Thank you.